self-esteem, workplace-related topics.
Subscribe.
The Voices of Victory podcast show.
Voices of Victory.
Vision.
Voices of Victory.
Leadership.
Voices of Victory.
Workplace-related topics.
The Voices of Victory.
Voices of Victory. Voices of Victory. Voices of Victory.
It's time for the show. You are now listening to the Voices of Victory podcast show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mario D. Leone.
Hello and welcome to Voices of Victory podcast. I am your host, Mario D. Leone. And we talk about all things psychology. We talk about all things self-esteem. We talk about all things self-confidence. And of course, we discuss workplace-related topics. Now, here we go. We're going to talk about a topic, and this is today's episode, ADHD Unplugged, the hidden truth behind medication and willpower. We're going to go ahead and talk about this because it's going to be a difficult topic. It's going to be a very difficult topic for people because there's so much controversy over the variety of bits and pieces of information in regards to ADHD. And when it comes to managing ADHD, the big question comes out of whether it's willpower or medication that truly makes the difference. And that has been a massive topic of debate. And here we are, the new findings come in that actually show both kids and parents have a different perspective on what's actually driving improvements in their own behavior. And honestly, the results might actually surprise you. A recent study by Jason J. Washburn, a postdoctoral fellow at University of Michigan, he asked children and their parents to reflect on what led to the positive changes in child's ADHD behavior. Was it the medication? Was it the child's efforts? Or perhaps a combination of both? Well, this is where we get to dive in on this topic. Parents and kids see it different. They completely see it differently according to Washburn's research. The answer to this question really depends on who you ask. Both parents and children agree that both medication and personal effort contributed to improvements. However, there's a noticeable divide in how they assign credit. The parents are more likely to credit the medication for behavioral changes, while children tend to give more credit to themselves. So this discrepancy might actually seem odd at first, but it's actually a pretty hopeful point of view. The power of self-empowerment in kids is always encouraging. And it's one of the most encouraging takeaways from the study is literally that children with ADHD don't see themselves as helpless without the medication. In fact, the children in the study didn't say, is it the pill or me? Instead, they confidently just believed it was both, the pill and their efforts. So this suggests that while medication may be helpful, it's not the sole factor in their behavioral progress. It's their self-perception and agency. Now, that plays a big part in their success. When it comes to concerns, the parents' concerns about medication, on that flip side, the parents often express concerns that ADHD medication could harm their child's self-esteem or make them dependent on it for success. They worry that the children may feel like they can't succeed on their own without the daily pill. And Washburn's findings provide some actual relief here. It turns out that children don't feel as helpless as parents might actually fear. The idea that medication is the only key to success is somewhat mitigated by the fact that kids are aware of their own role in improving their own behavior. It's a delicate balance, but it's encouraging to see that kids don't feel like they're only successful because of the actual medication. Now, the role of routine comes into it because routine is everything, right? We run habit patterns. And the role of routine and structure, in addition to medication, is an overlooked and crucial factor. It's a crucial factor in managing ADHD, and that is routine and structure And those consistent routines, they help kids with ADHD know what to expect throughout the day, which can significantly reduce anxiety and increase their ability to focus. So whether or not a child is on medication, having a structured environment where expectations are clear can help improve behavior just as much as any pill. Now, the social aspect here is that the peer and family support is also another key in managing ADHD. It helps with a level of support that the child receives from their family and, of course, peers. The positive reinforcement from family in friends, that can boost a child's confidence significantly and help them feel more capable in managing their behavior. So encouragement and praise and understanding all of those things around them, it makes a huge difference in how they deal with ADHD and perceive themselves and their ability to succeed. Social support is often just as important as medication in achieving long-term success. And guess what? The impact of diet, I'm going to say that word again, diet and exercise, surprisingly, what children eat with ADHD and how much they move plays a massive, significant role in their behavior. A balanced diet rich in omega-3s, I'm going to say that again, rich in omega-3s and other brain-boosting nutrients, along with regular physical activity. And that has been shown to have a positive effect on the symptoms. So when children engage in physical activity, it helps them burn off that excess energy. It helps them improve their ability to focus. And similarly, avoiding certain food triggers like excessive sugar, artificial additives, a lot of caffeine, well, these are things that can help reduce that hyperactivity. So when it comes down to that medication principle, the last resort or the first step, what is it? Which one is it going to be? While medication is often prescribed as a last resort, there's growing evidence to suggest that many of the kids with the condition, starting with the right medication can be an important step. In Washburn's study, the medication wasn't just seen as a crutch, it was part of a holistic grand scale approach. By combining medication with personal effort, family support, and of course healthy lifestyle changes, kids can manage it in a way that fosters independence, self-confidence, and even long-term success. So what's it all about? It's about a balanced approach. It's a balanced approach of both their willpower and medication. So they're going to benefit from a balanced approach. It has both. It's their own effort and a structured environment and support from family and peers. A healthy lifestyle, an awesome diet, and let's face it, diet is almost everything these days. And sometimes even overhauling the diet altogether. It's not just about grabbing a pill. It's about working with the best and empowering the kids to take charge of their own progress. And it's important to take heart in knowing that we don't see the medication as just a sole factor, like, hey, this is a silver bullet. This is not the only silver bullet, right? There are other avenues to explore, such as diet, such as exercise, right? What about habits, habitual traditional patterns that actually exist, right? And now we're going to go a little bit deeper into one more concept that is actually left out completely. Now, there are other avenues, and I always like to go down different avenues of different things. And guess what? There is evidence-based therapies for ADHD, breath work, meditation, and including biofeedback as well. So the scientific evidence that's published in the biological psychiatry, that indicates that the body-oriented therapies, including deep breathing exercises, they enhance executive function in individuals with ADHD, whether it's a child or adult. And the research from Ural Federal University found that yoga and breathing improved intention, the attention span, and reduced hyperactivity in children with ADHD. You can see articles from CHC Services with that. And there was an analysis in scientific reports concluded that breath work is effective for reducing stress and improving mental health, which can be beneficial for managing ADHD symptoms. Now, the expert insights, the experts that came forward and actually brought this to the table were Dr. Richard Brown, Associate Clinical Professor of Psychiatry at Columbia University. He quotes, and I quote him, "Several studies show the rhythmic pace breathing balances the autonomic nervous system." Okay? Going a step further, Dr. Stephen Elliott, author and yoga specialist, coined the term coherent breathing to describe techniques that synchronize the heart, the lung, and the brain rhythms, aiding in emotional regulation. And guess what? When it comes down to mindfulness and meditation, there is scientific evidence. There's an 8-week mindfulness training for kids 8 to 12 with ADHD. And you can actually see the article at PubMed. The PubMed article number is PMC 3267931 to be exact, just so you can get your facts straight. Now, I'm going to share with you, they did another study, literally in the systematic review in the Children's Journal. They found that yoga and meditation positively affected the attention span, the hyperactivity, and most of all, impulsive behavior in kids. And that was also, you can also find that article at PMC 10101238 from the National Library of Medicine, PubMed Central. That's where I'm going with it. Got it? Now, when it comes down to it, there's also biofeedback and neurofeedback. There is scientific evidence with this. A randomized controlled trial published in Scientific Reports demonstrated that neurofeedback led to the improvements in ADHD symptoms in adults. And that you can be found at nature.com under Scientific Reports. And you'll be able to find it in their article number S41598-021. And that's the beauty of that. But that's all I'm going to say about that on this show. I'm going to end it right here. And you have a wonderful day, and I shall see you on the next episode.